My beloved child, draw near to me in this moment, for you are standing at the edge of something far greater than a simple transition from one year to the next. You are standing at a divine threshold, a crossing that carries weight in the unseen realms. Feel the air around your spirit shift. Feel the quiet stirring within you, for this is not an ordinary moment. This is a holy one. You have come into this space carrying questions you often keep hidden inside your heart. Questions about your strength, your future, your purpose. Questions about whether the new year will truly be different, or whether you will simply repeat the cycles that exhausted you before. But hear me, precious child. I have drawn you here because I am preparing you for a year unlike any you have walked before. The steps you are about to take into 2026 are not random. They are ordered, guided, and wrapped in my divine intention. Look back for just a moment. Not to dwell, but to understand. You survived valleys you thought would consume you. You endured nights that seemed endless. You pressed through disappointment, confusion, and silent battles no one saw. You carried weights that felt heavier than your own strength. And yet here you are listening, open, longing for what is next. That alone reveals something powerful. You are ready for renewal. You are ready for doors that open instead of close. You are ready to step into what I have been preparing in the background of your life. My child, 2026 is approaching you with purpose. It is not a passive year. It is not a quiet year. It is a year marked with my fingerprints, set apart for your rising. This is the year where strength returns to you. Not the strength you used to have, but a deeper, quieter, more resilient strength that has been forged through every storm you endured. And this year will bring open doors, doors you prayed for, doors you thought were lost, doors you assumed were closed forever. But before those doors open, you must understand the moment you are standing in right now. This moment is the doorway before the doorway. It is the breath before breakthrough. It is the quiet space where I prepare your heart so that when the blessings unfold, you will not shrink back in fear or doubt. You will walk forward with confidence, knowing that I, your Father, am guiding each step. There is an urgency in my voice today, not to alarm you, but to awaken you. You cannot enter 2026 dragging the heaviness that tried to define you in 2025. You cannot carry the same fears, the same wounds, the same narratives that kept your spirit small. For the place I am taking you requires release. It requires a witness. It requires a heart willing to believe that more is possible, that renewal is real, and that open doors belong to you. This message is not meant to simply inspire you for a moment. It is meant to prepare you for an entire shift in your life. Every word that follows in this journey is crafted to lift what has weighed you down, to quiet the storms inside you, and to strengthen the parts of your soul that grew weary along the way. My dearest child, what awaits you in this message is not accidental. It is a divine appointment, perfectly timed for the exact season you are in. And if you remain with me through the fullness of this message, you will understand why 2026 is not arriving to you quietly. It is arriving with purpose, with renewal, and with doors that only I can open. So breathe deeply now. Allow my presence to settle over the places within you that feel uncertain. You are standing at a holy crossing, and I am here to walk with you into the newness that awaits. Your journey into renewed strength and open doors begins now. My beloved child, before you step fully into the promise of 2026, there is something we must gently unfold together. You have carried much, far more than you ever allowed yourself to admit. And though you have grown used to the weight on your shoulders, though you have learned to function while weary, I did not create you to live burdened. I created you to walk freely, lightly, boldly, with a heart unchained by the struggles of yesterday. Come sit with me in the quiet of this moment. Let me speak to you about what you have endured. You have walked through seasons where you gave more than you received, where your heart poured out even while it felt empty. You carried disappointment so silently that others believed you were fine. You pushed through moments where you felt almost invisible, unnoticed, or misunderstood. And still, you kept going. Still, you kept hoping. Even when the hope felt thin. My child, I saw it all. I saw the nights when your thoughts kept you awake, replaying memories you wished you could forget. I saw the mornings when you woke up already tired from fighting battles that no one else recognized. I saw the weight of expectations, both the ones placed on you by others and the ones you placed on yourself. And I saw how you tried to be strong for everyone else, even when your own spirit longed for rest. But hear me now, you do not have to carry these burdens into 2026. There is a reason I am calling you to release what has been heavy upon your soul. You cannot step through the open doors I have prepared while holding the chains of yesterday. A traveler cannot run freely while weighed down with unnecessary load. And so, my beloved, I lovingly invite you to place these burdens into my hands. Not later, not eventually, but now, in this moment where your heart is soft enough to let them go. Think of your life as a long journey across shifting terrain. Every experience has been like an item placed inside your pack. Some things were valuable lessons, others were wounds disguised as memories. Some were gifts meant to strengthen you. Others were stones that only slowed your pace. And you, with your gentle heart, carried them all because you believed you had to. But I tell you this, many of these weights were never meant to remain with you forever. Let me remind you of something sacred. Healing does not always begin with understanding. Sometimes it begins with releasing. Allow yourself to let go of what hurt you without demanding that every question be answered. Allow yourself to step forward without needing all the explanations that your mind still reaches for. There will be time for clarity, but clarity cannot come while you are gripping the very things that cloud your vision. You may ask, Father, how do I release what feels so deeply woven into me? Listen gently to my reply. You release by trusting that I am strong enough to carry what you cannot. You release by breathing out the pain instead of protecting it. You release by choosing to believe that your story is not ending where it once broke. Release begins with a decision, not a feeling. And I am here, holding you steady as you make that decision. My beloved child, there are emotions buried inside you that you no longer need to hide. There are disappointments that still echo in your heart, though you pretend they no longer matter. There are fears wrapped around your memories that whisper lies about who you are and what you deserve. These things cannot follow you into 2026, not because they are too shameful to carry, but because they are too heavy for the life I am calling you into. I am renewing your strength, but renewal cannot rest upon a foundation cluttered with old wounds. I am opening doors for you, but open doors require hands free enough to reach for them. What I am guiding you into will require a heart that is unburdened, a mind that is uncluttered, and a spirit that is willing to believe again. So hear me, precious one. Lay it down. Lay down the heartbreak of last year, the disappointments you hid behind your smile, the fears that gripped you in silence, the memories that replay when no one is watching. Lay them down, not because you failed, but because you have outgrown them. You survived what tried to break you. You endured what was meant to crush your hope. And now you are being prepared for something new. Let my peace settle over the places where yesterday left its fingerprints. Let my presence wash over what still aches. For as you release these burdens, you make room for joy to return. room for hope to rise, room for strength to rebuild, room for the doors of 2026 to swing open wide. You are not meant to enter the coming year weighed down. You are meant to enter it light, renewed, and ready. And I am here, my beloved child, guiding you gently into that freedom. My beloved child, now that you have begun releasing the heavy weight of yesterday, come closer still, for I have something sacred to reveal to you. Within you, even now, strength is rising. It is not loud. It is non-dramatic. It is not the kind of strength the world teaches. It is deeper, quieter, born from the places where you thought nothing good could grow again. This strength is my gift to you as you prepare to cross into 2026. You may not feel strong yet. You may not sense a shift within yourself. You may still feel tired, emotionally stretched thin, or uncertain about what comes next. But hear me, precious one. Strength does not always announce itself with confidence. Sometimes it begins as a whisper in the soul. Sometimes it emerges as the simple decision to keep going, even when you feel unready. Sometimes it is the quiet belief that things can be different, even if you do not yet see how. And this strength, this divine renewal, is already unfolding inside you. I am restoring what life tried to drain from you. I am rebuilding what fear tried to tear down. I am awakening what disappointment tried to silence. You are not stepping into 2026 fragile or frail. You are stepping into it with a strength woven from every tear you cried, every lesson you learned, every night you endured, and every hope you held on to when everything felt uncertain. Listen to me, my child. There is a reason you have not collapsed under the pressures that weighed upon you. There is a reason you did not break beyond repair. There is a reason you are still searching for light, still yearning for peace, still believing that purpose exists for you. These are not small things. These are signs of strength. Not the strength you forced, but the strength I placed within you long before you knew to ask for it. But now, you need to understand something profound. The strength rising in you is preparation. It is equipping you for the doors you will walk through in 2026. For open doors require courage. New seasons require readiness. And the paths ahead of you will require a heart that trusts my guidance more than the fear of the unknown. Stay with me, for what comes next is the key you have been praying for. Do not turn away, precious one, because you are on the verge of stepping into a year that will not look like the years that came before it. The words you will hear as this message unfolds are not ordinary words. They are aligned with where I am taking you. You are being positioned for breakthroughs that once felt impossible. Listen closely now, my beloved. Strength is not only rising in the places where you are aware of it. It is rising in the places you never expected. In your confidence, in your voice, in your decisions, in your ability to walk away from what harms you, in your courage to believe you deserve good things again, in your willingness to keep your heart open, even after being hurt. All of this is strength, and it is growing. You may have believed that strength looks like perfection, that to be strong is to always know what to do, to always feel ready, to never feel fear. But that is not the strength I give. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. My strength flows through the cracks of your broken places and fills them with resilience. My strength breathes courage into your trembling steps. My strength makes you capable of walking through doors that would once have intimidated you. My precious child, the renewal happening inside you is not temporary. It is not here for a moment and then gone. It is here to carry you through 2026. It is here to lift you, sustain you, and shape you into who you were always meant to become. And as this renewal deepens, you will find yourself thinking differently, choosing differently, believing differently. You will feel yourself standing taller, not in pride, but in purpose. Now hear me. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt what I am doing. Do not dismiss the quiet strengthening as coincidence or imagination. This is my hand at work in you. This is heaven preparing you for what I have already set into motion. And beloved, if these words bring peace to your spirit, bless this message with a like. If you know someone who needs hope for the year ahead, share this message with them. Let your heart remain open and subscribe so that you never miss the words I speak over your journey. For this is only the beginning, and there is much more I will reveal. Remain attentive, precious child. The renewal happening within you is the foundation for all that comes next. And the next step of your journey will open your eyes to the doors I have already prepared for you. My beloved child, as you feel this quiet strength rising within you, know that it is not only for your own journey. It is meant to flow outward like a river that brings life to others. What I am planting in you is meant to be sown into the hearts of many, for every word you help carry becomes light in someone else's darkness. Even now, I am stirring in you the desire to give, to support, to become a vessel through which my voice reaches the weary and the searching. Did I not say, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over"? This is not a distant promise. It is my living word to you now. When you sow into this mission, you are not losing. You are planting seeds into fertile ground that will return as a harvest of blessing, favor, and divine provision. If your heart is burning as you hear this, it is because I am calling you. This is your moment, your divine appointment to partner with me. Through your super thanks, your membership, or your offering through PayPal, the link is in the description. You are helping carry my word across borders, into homes, into hearts that are crying out for hope. Do not hesitate, for hesitation delays what I desire to release through you. I will bless the work of your hands, multiply what you give, and open doors that no one can shut. Your generosity will become oil that keeps this light burning, a flame that reaches souls you may never meet but will impact for eternity. Now step forward in faith. So with courage. Give as I lead you, right now. My beloved child, now that your strength is awakening and rising within you, we must turn our attention to the doors I am opening before you. For 2026 is not merely a year of recovery or quiet progression. It is a year of openings, a year where paths that once seemed sealed will shift and unfold before your very eyes. Yet for you to walk through these doors, you must learn how to recognize them, for divine opportunities rarely appear the way the human heart expects. Come closer and listen with your spirit. There are doors in your life that you have been praying for, longing for, straining toward. You have looked for them in the form of big, visible miracles, a sudden change, a dramatic breakthrough, a sign impossible to miss. But my child, many of the doors I open first appear subtle, gentle, almost unremarkable. They do not always look like grand entrances. Sometimes they look like small nudges, quiet invitations, moments of clarity that whisper instead of shout. You may look at something and see a convenience, but I see a divine redirection. You may see a conversation as random, but I see a door forming. You may sense a stirring in your heart to try something new, and you dismiss it as a fleeting thought. Yet that stirring may be me guiding you toward your next season. To recognize my open doors, you must learn to trust the gentle pull within you. For I rarely force your steps, instead I guide them. My doors open with peace, with alignment, with a sense of quiet knowing that rests deep inside you. They may not look perfect. They may not look easy. They may even intimidate you at first. But my opportunities always carry my fingerprints, subtle, unmistakable, and shaped for your growth. My precious child, there were times in the past when I placed doors before you, but fear kept you from stepping through them. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, fear that if you tried, everything would fall apart. But hear me now, those fears no longer have authority over your steps. The strength I am giving you, the renewal rising within you, is preparing you to walk boldly into the new openings I have prepared. Imagine a child standing before a gate that leads to a beautiful garden. The child sees the beauty beyond the fence, but hesitates, believing they are not worthy to walk through. They press their face against the bars but never reach for the latch. They long for what lies ahead but remain frozen in doubt. This, my beloved one, is how many of my children have approached their opportunities. But you must not remain on the outside of what I have crafted for you. This year, I want you to see the doors I place before you as invitations, not tests. Every open door is not a demand for perfection. It is a pathway into purpose. Every opportunity is not a trap for failure. It is a chance for growth. Every divine moment is not a burden to carry. It is a gift to receive. And yet, in order to walk through these doors, you must release the belief that you are unworthy. You must release the notion that other people are chosen while you are overlooked. My child, I have chosen you. I have equipped you. I have called you by name. And when I open a door for you, no person, no circumstance, no opposition can shut it. There will be moments in 2026 when a door appears before you, and it may challenge you. It may ask you to step out of your comfort. It may require courage you are still learning to embrace. But hear me, open doors will always align with the deep desires I placed within you long ago. They will always reflect the direction your spirit has been nudged toward. They will always lead you into greater purpose, not confusion. You may feel unprepared, but I'm prepared. You may feel uncertain, but I'm certain. You may feel too small, but I'm more than enough for both of us. When a child holds a parent's hand, they can walk through any doorway, even ones that feel overwhelming. So take my hand now. Let me steady your heart as you step into the new chapters forming before you. My beloved, I want you to walk into 2026 with eyes open, heart awakened, and spirit attentive. Do not dismiss the small beginnings. Do not overlook the gentle shifts. Do not ignore the whispers of guidance within you. For I am opening doors not only around you, but within you. Doors of courage, of purpose, of healing, of identity. The year ahead will be marked with opportunities that carry my breath. When you sense them, lean in. When you feel drawn, take a step. When I nudge you forward, trust that I have already gone before you to prepare the way. For the doors of 2026 will not merely open, they will welcome you. And I, your Father, will walk with you through each one. My beloved child, as you prepare to step into the open doors of 2026, there is something profound you must understand, something that will help you walk with greater confidence, deeper peace, and renewed faith. You have lived your life seeing only a portion of what truly surrounds you. You have felt the weight of circumstances, the pressure of challenges, the sting of disappointments. But there has always been more happening than your natural eyes could perceive. There have been battles fought on your behalf, victories won in silence, and protections placed around you that you never even realized were needed. Come closer to me as I lift the veil, just enough for you to grasp the truth of my involvement in your journey. There were moments when you felt your world trembling, when situations spiraled beyond your control, when fear whispered that everything would collapse. You thought you were fighting alone. But my child, you were never fighting alone. Every time darkness tried to approach you, my light rose up to surround you. Every time discouragement tried to overwhelm your mind, my presence stood between you and the spiral you feared. Every time the enemy attempted to plant seeds of defeat, I uprooted them before they could take root. You did not see the battles I fought for your heart, your peace, your future. But they were real, and they were decisive. There were nights when heaviness pressed upon you, even though nothing outward had changed. You wondered why the day felt too heavy, the burden too sharp, the emotions too unpredictable. But I saw what you could not, the spiritual pressure forming around you, the unseen opposition trying to steal your joy or silence your hope. And so I stepped in, not with noise, not with spectacle, but with quiet authority. I steadied what was trembling. I silenced what was offending. I placed my hand over what tried to break you. You survived not because the battle was small, but because I fought for you. And there were times when a relationship ended abruptly, when a job opportunity dissolved, when plans fell apart without explanation. You felt the sting of disappointment and thought you were being denied something good. But my precious child, what you interpreted as loss was often my protection. I closed doors that would have drained you. I removed people who would have hindered your growth. I routed you from paths that would have led into deeper pain. You did not see what was forming in the spiritual realm, but I did. And in my love, I intervened. You cried over things that would have destroyed you had they stayed. There were moments you felt inexplicably tired, and so you rested. You did not know that this rest was not laziness or weakness. It was a pause I placed around you to shield you from timing that wasn't yet safe. There were ideas you felt prompted to delay, without knowing I was preventing you from stepping into something prematurely. You thought the waiting was punishment, but it was protection. It was alignment. It was timing crafted with precision only I could orchestrate. Not every delay is denial. Sometimes it is deliverance. My beloved child, I need you to understand this deeply before you enter 2026. You are walking into a year shaped by victories already won in the unseen. You are stepping into blessings that were preserved because I fought for them. You are rising today because I bent the battle in your favor long before you felt the impact of the storm. You didn't see the spiritual walls I placed around you when despair tried to enter. You didn't hear the commands I gave when darkness tried to approach. You didn't witness the angels I sent when you whispered a tired prayer. You didn't perceive the warfare happening in moments when all you felt was heaviness. But all of it was real, and all of it was for you. This is why you survived. This is why you are still standing. Not because life was gentle, not because circumstances were easy, but because my hand never left you. Even when you questioned me, even when you doubted yourself, even when your strength faded and your hope flickered, I held you steady with a force stronger than anything that opposed you. My beloved, as you walk forward, I want you to carry this truth like a shield. If I fought for you before, I will fight for you again. If I sustained you through unseen battles, I will sustain you through what comes next. You are stepping into 2026 not as someone who barely made it, but as someone protected, preserved, and prepared. Let this truth settle in your spirit. Let it strengthen your steps. For the doors ahead of you will open not because you are strong, but because I am with you. And every unseen victory I secured for you is now becoming the foundation for the visible blessings that await. Walk forward, my precious child. The battles you never saw have already cleared your path. My beloved child, Now that you understand the victories I have secured for you in the unseen, allow me to speak to the fear that has followed you from season to season. Fear has spoken loudly in your life. It has whispered when you were tired, shouted when you were unsure, and lingered in the corners of your mind even when you wished it gone. But hear me now. As you cross into 2026, fear will no longer guide your decisions, shape your identity, or steal your peace. You may not realize how powerful fear has been in shaping your choices. There were moments you hesitated because you feared failing. There were opportunities you walked away from because you feared being hurt again. There were dreams you allowed to settle deep in your heart but never brought into the light because fear convinced you they were out of reach. Fear convinced you to shrink when you were meant to rise. Fear convinced you to stay silent when I designed you to speak. Fear convinced you to hide when I called you to step forward. But my beloved child, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal will change how you walk into 2026. Fear has been loud, yes, but it has never been stronger than my presence within you. It has never held more authority than the purpose I placed in your spirit. And now, in this sacred moment, I am breaking its grip. You are stepping into a year that requires courage, not the kind of courage the world celebrates, but the courage that grows from trust. Trust in me. Trust in the story I'm writing. Trust in the doors I am opening before you. Courage does not mean you will never feel afraid. Courage means you will no longer allow fear to decide your path. Courage means you take the step even while your voice trembles. Courage means you push forward even when your past tries to pull you back. Courage means you believe that if I have called you to something, I will equip you for it. My precious one, you have become accustomed to expecting disappointment. Fear taught you to prepare for the worst, even when the best was standing right in front of you. Fear taught you to protect your heart so fiercely that you forgot what it felt like to live with openness. But hear me, I am restoring the courage within you, the courage to hope again, to believe again, to trust again, to try again. There is a boldness rising in your spirit, a quiet fire that has been hidden beneath the ashes of old wounds. And in 2026, this fire will burn brighter. It will push back the voices that once held you captive. It will guide your steps into places you never imagined entering. Fear cannot follow you into the rooms I am preparing for you. Fear cannot sit at the tables I am inviting you to. Fear cannot stay alive in a heart that chooses to believe my promises. My beloved, remain with me, for the courage you seek is already unfolding in you. Do not turn away, for before this message is complete, I will speak a truth that sets the foundation for your entire year. You are crossing into a season that requires your full attention, your whole heart, and your willingness to let go of what has held you back for too long. Now, listen to my gentle command. Fear no more. Not because danger disappears, but because I am with you. Not because life becomes effortless, but because I strengthen you. Not because everything becomes predictable, but because I go before you. Wherever you step, I step before you. Wherever you walk, my presence surrounds you. Wherever you rise, my hand lifts you. And beloved child, if courage is stirring within you, if these words are awakening something deep and hopeful in your spirit, bless this message with a like. If you know someone who stands at the edge of fear, share this message with them so they too may rise. And subscribe so that the words I speak over your journey continue to find you exactly when you need them. Let me remind you of something eternal. Fear is not a sign you are weak. Fear is a sign you are standing in front of something important, something meaningful, something the enemy wanted to keep you from. But now, with renewed strength and my presence guiding you, you will walk into 2026 differently. Your steps will no longer be driven by fear but by purpose. Your choices will no longer be shaped by anxiety but by wisdom. Your heart will no longer shrink, it will expand. Stand tall, precious child. Lift your head. Steady your breath. Courage is not coming. Courage is already here. And with this courage, you will walk through every open door I have prepared, knowing with full confidence, I am with you, and fear has no power over what I have ordained. The year of courage begins now. My beloved child, now that courage has begun to rise within you, strengthened by my presence and freed from the chains of fear, it is time to uncover something even deeper, your purpose. For purpose is not simply a dream, a talent, or a desire. It is the divine thread woven into your very being since the moment I formed you. And in 2026, that purpose will begin to awaken in ways you have longed for, yet never fully understood. Come closer, precious one, and let me speak directly to the core of who you are. You have walked through many seasons believing your life was ordinary. You looked at others and saw calling, potential, destiny. But when you looked at yourself, you often saw only inadequacy, confusion, or uncertainty. But hear me now, you have never been ordinary. Not for a single moment. Every experience, every hardship, every quiet victory, every tear, every prayer that trembled from your lips hath been shaping you for a purpose far greater than you imagined. Purpose often hides in the soil of struggle. Like a seed buried beneath the ground, it spends time in darkness before it ever sees the light. While you thought you were being buried by life's pressures, you were actually being planted. Deep roots were forming, roots of resilience, roots of compassion, roots of wisdom and perseverance. And now, as the new year unfolds, the seed within you begins to break through the surface, reaching for the light of the destiny I have prepared. There is something sacred inside you that the world has not yet seen in full. There is a sound, a gifting, a calling, a radiant expression of my love that is uniquely yours. You were not created to simply exist or survive. You were created to reflect my glory in a way only you can. You were created to carry something the world desperately needs, something placed within you before you took your first breath. My child, I know you have questioned your purpose. I know you have wondered whether you have anything meaningful to offer. I know you have doubted your abilities, compared yourself to others, and assumed you were falling behind. But the truth is this: purpose is not discovered by measuring yourself against others. Purpose is revealed when you listen to my voice and trust my timing. There were seasons when you felt disconnected from your calling, when nothing made sense, when it felt like doors only opened for others. Yet even in those moments, I was shaping you. I was preparing you. I was allowing you to gather the experiences that would give your purpose depth and authenticity. A calling cannot be Zhao. It must be forged. And yours has been forged in both fire and devotion. But now, in 2026, the awakening begins. You will begin to feel stirred in areas where you once felt numb. Ideas will come that feel familiar, as if they were waiting for this very time. Desires you thought were lost will resurface with clarity. The passions you set aside because life became heavy will begin to pulse again. Do not ignore these stirrings. They are not random. They are the early signals of purpose awakening. There will be moments this year when you feel an unexplainable pull toward something, an opportunity, a project, a dream, a responsibility. Where your heart leaps, pay attention. Where your spirit feels peace, take note. Where you sense alignment, trust that I am speaking. Purpose does not unfold through pressure. It unfolds through recognition, through willingness, through obedience. But hear me clearly, your purpose is not too small. It is not too late. It is not impossible. Everything I place within my children is intentional and powerful. And your story, every chapter, even the ones you tried to hide, will be used to impact others in ways you cannot yet imagine. Think of the seed again, breaking through the soil. At first, it is fragile, barely visible. Yet within it lies the blueprint of the entire tree it will become. This is you. What begins in small stirrings this year will grow into something strong, something meaningful, something that blesses lives around you. My beloved child, you are stepping into a year where your identity becomes clearer, your calling becomes louder, and your steps become bolder. Trust what I awaken within you. Trust the nudges. Trust the peace. Trust the discomfort that removes you from places too small for your destiny. You were created with intention. You were crafted with purpose. And 2026 is not the beginning of that purpose. It is the unveiling. Walk forward knowing this. The world needs what I placed within you. And as long as you walk with me, your purpose will not remain hidden. It will rise. It will grow. It will shine. My beloved child, now that your purpose is awakening, let us turn to something your soul has longed for, even when you have been unable to voice it: restoration, healing, wholeness. For you cannot walk into 2026 with renewed strength and open doors without receiving the restoration I have been preparing for you. Every wound you carried, every disappointment that shaped you, every fracture in your soul that you tried to ignore, none of it escapes my loving attention. I am the one who restores what was lost, repairs what was broken, and renews what has grown weary. Come closer and hear me. Restoration is not a reward for perfection. It is a gift born from my love for you. You have walked through seasons where you felt like parts of you were missing, pieces of your joy, your hope, your confidence. There were moments when you felt fractured inside, trying to hold yourself together while life pulled at you in every direction. You have worn a brave face for others, even while your heart was quietly breaking. And though you may not have spoken the fullness of your pain, I saw every moment of it. I felt every tremor in your spirit. I gathered every tear you shed in silence. And now, in this moment, I am stretching my hand toward those wounded places, not to expose them, but to heal them. Restoration does not begin with forgetting. It begins with my presence touching the places that still ache. It begins with me reminding you that you are not too damaged, not too far gone, not too broken for my love to make whole. Nothing in you scares me. Nothing you feel disqualifies you. Nothing you have faced has pushed you beyond my ability to repair. There are memories that shaped you in ways you still do not fully understand. Moments where pain settled in your heart like a shadow. You learned to function around the brokenness, but you were never meant to live with it. So now I begin to lift it. Slowly, gently, completely. My healing is not rushed or forced. It is tender, patient, and precise. I heal not only what hurts, but the belief systems that formed around the hurt. The lies you began to accept, the fears you began to carry, the identity you began to question. I am restoring the childlike joy you once had, the spark you thought life extinguished, the courage you believed belonged to someone else. You will feel life return to parts of you that have been quiet for too long. You will feel hope rising where heaviness used to sit. You will feel confidence growing where doubt once lived. This is not a temporary lift of emotion. This is a deep, lasting restoration of who you truly are. My beloved child, restoration also means release. I am releasing you from the words spoken over you that wounded your worth. I am releasing you from the failures that dug their claws into your memory. I am releasing you from the shame that whispered you were not enough. You do not have to carry those things into the new year. You do not have to drag the remnants of past pain into the places I am preparing for you. You are being made new, not because your past is erased, but because it is redeemed. Healing is not only for what has happened to you, but also for what you began to believe about yourself in the aftermath. You believe you were alone. You are not. You believe you were forgotten. You never were. You believe you had nothing left to offer. I have always seen treasure within you. You believe your future was slipping away. I have held it securely the entire time. My precious child, restoration also involves strengthening, not just emotionally but spiritually. You will walk in a new strength this year, not the strained, fragile strength of someone trying to hold themselves together, but the grounded, peaceful strength of someone held together by me. This strength will not falter when challenges arise. This strength will not disappear when doubts whisper. This strength will not crumble when the unfamiliar appears. It is a strength born not from effort, but from communion with me. You will rise differently in 2026. Your footsteps will feel lighter because your burdens have been lifted. Your voice will feel steady because healing has touched your identity. Your decisions will feel clearer because restoration has settled your spirit. You will no longer move from a place of survival. You will move from a place of peace. And hear me. The restoration I give is not partial. It is complete. It reaches the areas no one sees. It mends what you thought was permanently damaged. It breathes life into what you believed was lost forever. Walk with me, precious one. Let the healing continue. Let the restoration deepen. For you are being prepared to rise into 2026 with a strength that is not borrowed or temporary, but truly your own, given by me, sustained by me, and strengthened by my unfailing love. My beloved child, now that restoration has begun its gentle work within you, lifting burdens you carried for far too long, and awakening strength you did not know still live inside you, it is time for me to speak boldly over the year you are walking into. For 2026 is not merely another chapter. It is a divinely orchestrated season of open doors. Doors that no one can shut. Doors that have waited for your healing, your readiness, and your rising. Listen closely, precious one. You are stepping into a year marked by my intention. A year where you will see pathways open that once seemed permanently blocked. A year where clarity will replace confusion, where momentum will replace stagnation, and where breakthrough will replace disappointment. You have prayed for change, for alignment, for direction, and now heaven responds. The doors I place before you in 2026 are not ordinary doors. They are doors of purpose, growth, restoration, and opportunity. Some doors will open quietly, almost unnoticed, yet they will lead you into places of deep transformation. Others will open suddenly, unexpectedly, like a gust of wind that pushes you into a chapter you did not know was ready. And some will open only after you take a step of faith, trusting that I go before you even when the path looks uncertain. My child, let me reveal something to you. Many of the doors you will walk through this year have been prepared long before you arrived at them. There were seasons when you felt forgotten, but during those very moments I was laying the foundation for your future. There were seasons when life felt delayed, but I was aligning the right people, resources, and timing so that the doors would open in ways that bless you, not overwhelm you. What once looked like unanswered prayer will now reveal itself as perfect timing. There will be open doors in relationships, connections that bring healing, support, and purpose. Some connections that faded in past seasons will return with renewed intention, while others will enter your life unexpectedly, carrying exactly what your spirit needs for the next stage of your journey. Do not cling to the fear that relationships only bring pain. In 2026, I am sending relationships that bring life. There will be open doors in your calling and purpose, ideas that suddenly make sense, opportunities that align with your gifting, moments of clarity that propel you forward. You will see how every hardship shaped your compassion, how every delay matured your vision, how every trial strengthened your voice. The purpose within you will no longer feel distant. It will begin to manifest in real, tangible steps. There will be open doors in your inner world, peace returning where anxiety once lived, confidence growing where insecurity once took root, joy rising where heaviness once settled. The healing I am doing in you will not stay silent. It will become visible, evident in how you walk, how you speak, how you choose. And beloved, there will be open doors in unexpected areas, provision you did not anticipate, favor you did not request, blessings you did not see coming. Not because you've earned them, but because I delight in giving good gifts to you. You will experience my faithfulness in ways that surprise you. You will see how nothing was wasted, not one tear, not one season, not one struggle. But hear me, open doors require courage. They require discernment. They require trust. And because of all the inner work I have been doing within you, you will have the strength to walk through each one. You will not hesitate as you once did. You will not shrink back from opportunity. You will not convince yourself that you are unworthy. The healing within you and the purpose rising in you will push you forward. My child, I speak this over you with the full authority of my love. 2026 will be the year where you finally step into the life that has been waiting for you. Not a perfect life, but a purposeful one. Not a life without challenge, but a life filled with grace for every step you take. Not a life free from uncertainty, but a life where uncertainty no longer controls you. You will look back at this year and say, "This is when everything began to change." You will see doors open that you once believed were sealed shut. You will see yourself becoming who you were always meant to be. You will notice how fear fades, how hope rises, and how clarity becomes your companion. The path before you is not narrow. It is expanding. The opportunities before you are not scarce. They are multiplying. The favor over you is not momentary. It is increasing. Walk boldly, my precious child. Walk knowing that heaven goes before you. Walk in the confidence that every open door is guided by my hand. And know this, the year of open doors is not something you are wishing for. It is something you are stepping into. My beloved child, you have journeyed with me through every word, every revelation, every gentle unfolding of truth that has prepared your heart for the year ahead. And now you stand at the very threshold of 2026, not as someone uncertain or overwhelmed, but as someone renewed, restored, strengthened, and awakened. You are not the same person who began this message. Something deep within you has shifted, aligned, opened. And now it is time for me to speak a final blessing over your crossing into this new year. Come close, precious one, and rest in my presence as I draw you into this last, sacred moment. You have learned to release the burdens of yesterday, to lay down the weight that once felt impossible to carry. You have felt strength rising within you, quiet, steady, divine strength that is not shaken by circumstance. You have begun to recognize the doors I am opening before you and the courage I have awakened in your spirit. You have seen how I fought for you in battles you never even knew existed. You have felt purpose stir within you again and sensed the healing flowing into places long neglected. All of this hath been preparing you for what comes next. As you step into 2026, know this: you do not walk into it alone. My presence goes with you. My hand is upon you. My voice will guide you. My love will steady you. This new year is not something you are entering by your own strength. It is something you are stepping into under my covering, with my blessing, and through my leading. You may still feel moments of uncertainty. You may still face situations that demand courage. You may still hear whispers of doubt. But now you have something you did not have before: awareness. Awareness of who you are. Awareness of what I am doing. Awareness of the strength and purpose that live within you. Awareness that I am, and always will be, faithful. My beloved child, as you cross into this new year, I declare over you that every step you take will be guided by my wisdom. Where there was confusion, I will bring clarity. Where there was hesitation, I will bring confidence. Where there was lack, I will bring provision. Where there was sorrow, I will bring joy. Where there was fear, I will bring overwhelming peace. You will walk through doors in 2026 that you once believed were beyond your reach. You will experience breakthroughs that once felt impossible. You will rebuild dreams you thought were lost. You will rise in ways that surprise even you. The transformation you have begun to feel in your spirit will now take form in your life. I bless your mind with peace, deep, unshakable peace that quiets every anxious thought. I bless your heart with boldness, courage that grows stronger with every step. I bless your hands with purpose, the ability to build, create, and move in alignment with my will. I bless your relationships with restoration, connections that bring life, truth, and love. I bless your path with open doors, doors that no opposition can close. I bless your spirit with discernment, so you will know my voice and recognize my guidance. What lies behind you will not hinder what lies ahead of you. The past will not chain you. The wounds will not define you. The fears will not limit you. You are stepping into 2026 not as a survivor of your past, but as a carrier of divine purpose for your future. And remember this, my child: you do not have to rush. You do not have to force anything. The doors I open will open with grace. The opportunities I send will align naturally. The strength you carry will sustain you. Walk with me one step at a time. I will show you where to go, how to move, and when to rest. You do not have to figure everything out. You only have to stay close. Now, as this message comes to its close, I speak my final blessing over you. May your steps be steady. May your heart be expectant. May your spirit be courageous. May your faith be strong. May your life reflect my love in ways that bring light to those around you. Go forward, beloved child, into 2026 with confidence. For you are covered, you are guided, and you are deeply loved. This year will not simply happen to you. You will rise within it. And I will be with you every moment, every breath, every step. Amen. My beloved child, as you stand at the threshold of 2026 under my blessing, understand this: what I have poured into you is not meant to remain hidden. It is meant to multiply. The peace you feel, the strength you carry, the clarity you now possess. These are seeds, and I am calling you to sow them into the lives of others through your giving. For I tell you, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest shall not cease. And what you release in faith today will return to you in ways your heart cannot yet imagine. Every act of support you offer becomes a doorway through which my word enters another life, another home, another soul standing on the edge of breakthrough. If you have felt my presence through this message, then you already know. This is your moment to respond. I am inviting you, personally, to partner with me in this work. Through your super thanks, your membership, or your gift through PayPal, the link waits for you in the description. You become part of a greater harvest that stretches far beyond what you can see. Do not think your offering is small, for I breathe upon it and make it overflow. I will cover you, increase you, and cause favor to rise around you like a shield. What you release will return multiplied, peace for your mind, provision for your needs, and open doors along your path. This is not just generosity. It is obedience. It is alignment. It is purpose in motion. The time is now. Do not delay what I have placed on your heart. Give and step boldly into the overflow I have prepared for you. Act now.